right, hello everyone. I'm Molly Nichols, and I'm joined here by.
Sarah Cooley.
We are here for journalism. We are the Hawk Headlines sports broadcasters, I guess. And we'll be taking you through our boys' swim meet today. It's a bit of a different meet. I'm not exactly sure how it works, but it sounds to me like it's Woodland versus Woodland, basically.
Yeah, so it's Woodland versus Watertown, but Watertown has only a few swimmers. So the team decided to split itself in half, and they're gonna swim against themselves. So they split their team into half black and half gold. So the odd lanes are the black team, and the even lanes
Oh,
are the gold team.
interesting. And so, wait, there are some Watertown swimmers here, though, right? I think there's like two or
I think
three.
it's virtual.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah.
Got it. That's so fun.
The boys are getting ready for the medley relay.
Grace, after they swim the 2 a.m., we'll switch.
Yes. So, in lane, actually, we'll tell you what's going on after they do their starts. All right. So, in lane 3, we have Noah Burley. He's doing backstroke right now. Lane 4, Tyler McDowell. Lane 5, Diego Sargent. And lane 6, Hunter Morgan. So, black team is odd lane. Right, so, okay, so Noah Burley and Diego Sargent are swimming for the black team, and Tyler McDowell and Hunter Morgan for gold. All right, so now the swimmers are going to be getting into their lanes. This is going to be breaststroke. It goes like this. Okay, so lane 3 we have Tyler Sear, lane 4 Riley Maricchio, lane 5 Nathan Tremblay, and lane 6 Taha Tushani.
Lane 4 is taking a lead. Lane 3 close. Very close race. So, for fly, we have lane 3, Kean Sirowich, lane 4, Chase Starsman, lane 5, Brooke Iano, lane 6, Andrew Princek.
All right, and it looks like lanes 3 and 4 are pretty neck and neck right now. A nice close race for them.
Lane
All right.
4 is taking a lead, sorry.
No, you're good. So, yeah, lane 3 and 4 are now in their free, and 5 and 6 are now just getting in the pool.
In lane 3, it's Noah Scott. In lane 4, it's Jake Arisian. In lane 5, it's Robert Gugliotti. In lane 6, Nathan Buffard.
All right, and so lane 4, which is a gold team, placed first with a 1:55.27 time. Lane 3 placed second. That's a black team with a time of 1:57.14. Lane 6 and third with a time of 2:14.43. And lane 5 placed fourth with a time of 2:16.29. So our first place team was Tyler McDowell, Chase Starsman, Riley Maricchio, and Jake Urisian. It was a pretty good race.
That was. It was very close, lane 3 and 4 during the fly. Now the boys are getting ready for 200 free.
All right, and so 200, how many laps is that?
I think it's 8 laps.
Right, and so in the past we've been talking about for the 500 you have someone counting for you, but for the 200 you don't. And so it's kind of hard to keep track of 8 laps. I know it doesn't sound like much, but to multitask swimming and counting is kind of a lot.
It's difficult. I've swam this race before. I usually just look in the lanes around me and see what laps they're on. So, we'll wait. lane 1, we have John Spellhack. In lane 2, we have Nick Cristiano. Lane 3, Aiden Kennedy. Lane 4, Patrick Ziba. And lane 5, Hunter Bernier.
All right, again, so this is going to be 8 laps of freestyle. So, you, Sarah, you've said that you've done this before. How do you go about this? Do you pace yourself, or is this just like an all-out sprint kind of thing?
Well, I'm a sprinter, so it was my first time doing it, so I just full out sprinted the whole thing, which is not a good idea.
That sounds painful.
Yeah. Like, I think the first 100 you should, like, take it somewhat easy, and then the second 200 pick up the pace.
Right, okay. All right, it looks like lane 4. That's Patrick Ziba is in the lead currently. But lane 3, Aiden Kennedy not too far behind.
Looks like lane 2 and 5-2 are pretty close together.
Yes, that is true. Again, Ziba's staying in the lead. But Kenny, really, they're pretty close to each other right now. We have their teammates cheering them on. I love it. We also have an Emmett swimmer in the pool right now. That's lane 1, John Spellhack. He is from the Emmett team. So I think there's 2 Emmett swimmers on this team, right?
Yeah.
And so they swim with our boys. Okay, and so lane 4, Patrick Ziba placed first with a time of 1:58.06. Lane 3, Aiden Kennedy second with a time of 2:01.92. Lane 5, that was Hunter Bernier, placed third with a time of 2:10.47. In lane 2, we have Nick Cristiano, placed fourth with a time of 2:14.34. And we have lane 1, John Spellhack, last. All right, and he finished with a time of 2:37.58. So Sarah, is that an event that you like? Would you want to do that again?
Yeah, it's
Yeah?
it's a fun event. It's nice and it's fun.
I'm just not sure what category it goes in. Like, is that sprinting or is that distance?
It's in the category for distance, but
Okay.
I know like every now and then sprinters like get put in it,
Right.
but it's really distance.
Yeah, that's really interesting. All right, and they're doing just a bit of a cool down. Our next event is going to be the 200-yard IM.
The IM, which is butterfly, back, breast, and free.
Whew.
You do a 50, which is 2 laps of each stroke, and you finish. In lane 1, we have Brooke Iannone. In lane 2, we have Will Tottenham. Lane 3, we have Tyler Sear. Lane 4, Riley Maricchio. Lane 5, Diego Sargent. In lane 6, Andrew Princik.
All right. So it looks like lanes 3 and 4 and 5 are pretty close to each other. Actually, it looks like looks like lanes 2, 3, 4 are now the ones that are neck and neck. This should be their last lap of fly. So they'll be going into backstroke now. I also, I think it's so interesting because I feel like every swimmer has a stroke that they're best at. And so when you're doing an event that includes all the strokes, your, I guess your speed and also just what place you're in can change just like that, you know? Because
Yeah.
if you're kind of a bit of a weaker swimmer in one stroke, but you're really good at the next one, that could put you in the lead, even if you were falling behind previously.
Backstroke is always one of the harder ones too. You
Yeah.
always get like water up your nose, and you get so caught up in the action, and it's hard to look at the people in the lanes next to
Yeah,
you.
that's true.
And the way you like keep straight is you follow the lines on the ceiling. There's small
Right.
lines on the ceiling, and you could see and follow them.
Yeah, that's true. All right, lane 3. Tyler Sears in the lead at the moment.
They're doing breaststroke now. It looks like lanes 2 and 5 are pretty close together too.
Yes.
Neck and neck. Looks
You
like.
know,
Oh, sorry, guys.
no. Go, go, go.
Lane 4 looks like he's trying to catch up to lane 3.
Yes. I was going to say that I don't like breaststroke at all. I feel like it's super slow.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's only if you're really good at it that you can go super fast.
It's hard with the legs too. It's very easy to get disqualified
Yeah.
with the wrong kick.
All right, and so lanes 2, 3, 4, and 5 are now all in their free. And it looks like lane
3.
Yes, thank you. Lane 3, Tyler Sears on his last lap.
Lane 3 finishes.
All
Tyler
right.
Sayre with the time 2:24:39. So in lane 3, we have first place Tyler Sayre with the time 2:24:39. And lane 4, we have second place, who is Riley Mauricio with the time 2:30. In lane 5, we have third place with the time 2:34:84, Diego Sargent. Here, you could say the rest. Sorry.
And in lane 6, we have Andrew Princek, 6th place with a time of 2:58:06. That was awesome. I know that's a really hard event to do. But these times are great. And you know what? This team has, like, I think 3 meets left. It's crazy how fast the season goes by.
It really is. They spend so much time practicing.
Yes. And it totally pays off because these times, as
Are-
we've seen already, are great.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay, and so next we're moving on to the 50-yard freestyle, my personal favorite.
This is probably the fastest event. It goes by
Yes.
so fast.
It usually takes around like 30 seconds, so this will be a quick one. All right, in lane 1, we have Robert Gugliotti. Lane 2, Nathan Buffard. Lane 3, Noah Scott. Lane 4, Jake Orisian. Lane 5, Kian Sirowich. And lane 6, Hunter Morgan.
Wow, it looks like they're really going all out.
It's crazy. I love watching their meets because it's just so cool to watch them. Like, they're just so fast, all of them.
They are.
All right. So, lane 4.
Jake Orisian with the time
Yes, thank you.
22:13. Lane 3, second place with the time 23:48.
That's Nathan Buffard. No, I'm sorry. That's Noah Scott.
Lane 6, third place with the time 26:39.
That's Andrew Princek.
Oh, not lane 6. I'm sorry. Lane 1. Oh, wait, no, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'm so sorry.
It's all right.
So, in lane 1, we had Robert Gugliotti, got 6th with the time 30:53. Lane 2, we have Nathan Buffard, 5th place with a time 29:32. Third lane, we have second place Noah Scott with the time 23:48. Lane 4 with the first place, time 22:13. Lane 5, fourth place 26:73, and lane 6, Hunter Morgan 26:39, third place.
All right. Are they doing diving? I think they are. Okay. It looks like they're setting up for diving right now, so they're just going to move those flags back and move the lane lines. So yeah, we won't be able to talk too much while they are actually doing diving, but for now we can just say that I think Woodland has 3 divers. Is that right? 3 or
Yeah.
4? I think it's 3. And last meet, DJ Mulligan actually broke the diving record for I think it was 6 dives. It was really impressive. So I'm excited to see him dive again today. Sarah, have you ever had any experience with diving? Have you ever tried it?
I was going to try it, but I ended up just sticking to swim. It's very challenging,
Yes.
and it's hard to do, like, physically and mentally.
I know they make it look so easy, but I just know it's not.
They do. Once you get up on the diving board, it's
Yeah.
like so high above the water, and you don't realize how high you are until you're like actually on
I
the diving board
know.
and jumping in the air.
Yes. I know. I've been on the diving board a few times, never for actually diving, but it looks like it's not that high up, but it really feels like it is. And the board is super bouncy, so you go really high up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're going to our diving section. After that, we'll have a 10-minute break. We'll be updating you on the scores in between their dives, but again, we won't be talking during the actual event. Judges scores 5.5, 6.
D'Angelo, 301A. Reverse tie streak, 1.8. Judges awards, 5-6.
Judges scores 5, 6.
DJ, 301C. Reverse tie tuck, 1.6. Judges awards, 7.5, 7.5.
Judges scores 7.5, 7.5.
Round 2, Taha, 101C. Forward die tuck, 1.2. Judges awards, 5.5, 6.
Judges scores 5.5, 6.
D'Angelo, 303C. Reverse, 1.5 somersault tuck, 2.1. Scores, 6, 7.
Judges scores 6, 7.
DJ, 303C. Reverse, 1.5 somersault tuck, 2.1. Judges awards, 5, 5.5.
Judges scores 5, 5.5.
Round 3, Taha, 103C. Forward, 1.5 somersault tuck, 1.6. Judges awards, 5, 5.5.
Judges scores 5, 5.5.
D'Angelo, 104C. Forward, 2 somersault tuck, 2.2. Judges awards, 4.5, 4.5.
Judges scores 4.5, 4.5.
DJ, 104C. Forward, 2 somersault tuck, 2.2. Scores, 6, 6. Round 4,
Judges
Taha,
scores 6, 6.
221D. Forward, 1 somersault, half twist 3, 1.7. Scores, 4.5, 4.
Judges scores 4.5, 4.
D'Angelo, 403C. Inward, 1.5 somersault tuck, 2.2.
Judges scores 6, 5.5.
Round 5, tie, 401C, inward dive tuck, 1.4. Scores, 5, 5.5.
Judges scores 5, 5.5.
D'Angelo, 201K, back dive straight, 1.7. Scores, 6.5, 6.5.
Scores 6.5, 6.5.
DJ, 403C, inward, 1.5 somersault tuck, 2.2. Judges award, 7, 7.
Judges scores 7, 7.
And this begins the final round. Todd, final dive is a 202C, back, 1 somersault tuck, 1.5. Scores, 4, 4.5.
Judges scores 4, 4.5.
D'Angelo, 203C, backs, 1.5 somersault tuck, 2.0. Judges awards, 5.5, 5.5.
Judges scores 5.5, 5.5.
DJ final dive is 203C, back, 1.5 somersault tuck, 2.0. Judges awards, 6.5, 6.
Judges scores
And that
6.5,
concludes
6.
the diving for today. We have a 10-minute break before the next event, the 100-yard butterfly.
Diving is over, and now there's a 10-minute break.
Alright, so the swimmers usually use this time to just get in the pool, warm up, because some of them may have not even gotten in the pool at all yet, or it's just been a while since their last event and they want to just kind of get warmed up and everything. Okay, we're going to have a little guest star, Mia Sansone. Alright, I'm going to give her my headset. Here you go, Mia.
Hey guys. No, you're fine, Molly. You can stay. Okay.
Hi everyone. So how have you
Wait.
been?
Good. I didn't know we did this.
Oh yeah. This is kind of what we do.
Oh, fancy.
So how have things been going in the commentating area?
Good. Ish. Yeah. Stumbled a couple times, but it's okay.
It's okay. I thought our divers did really well today.
They did do really good. They always do really good.
Yeah, I agree. Same thing with our swimmers. I think that they've really been stepping it up today. I think it's the competition between the two halves of the team. And I think that's really what's been giving them the motivation to work, because the virtual meets are really tough. And especially, I don't know what especially. But yeah, the virtual meets are really tough. So I think that even though they don't have another team, and like I think that going against each other was a really good way to go. I wish that we did it for girls, because I think we would have a lot of fun with that.
That would be so much fun.
I know.
Swim is always a competition with the other team, but also with your own team and yourself.
Yeah, exactly. You're always going against your own time, and you always want to improve on your PR or personal record. But you also want to beat the person next to you, which is also really tough to think about. So let's turn it back over to the meet, because it looks like the boys are lining up for the 100-yard butterfly. Thanks for having me. Oh, wait, just kidding. Wait, that's a total lie. I'm sorry. They're warming up. I thought they were lining up for 100 fly.
It's okay. We could watch them dive in.
Yes.
I always love warming up during this time.
Me
It feels
too.
so relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
But then also stressful, because right after it's the 100 fly.
100 fly, I know.
100 butterfly is one of the more difficult. Well, all the events are very difficult, but 100 fly just
I
gets
know.
you going.
Yeah, personally, it's like, okay, freshman year. So I'm a sophomore, and freshman year, I remember thinking, okay, this is the worst event ever. This is the one that like no one wants to do. And then like sophomore year, after I found my rhythm towards the end of the season, I was like, why did I not like this?
Exactly.
Like, I really like it now. Yeah.
Fly feels like horrible on your muscles, but like once you find like a rhythm to how you swim, it gets like fun. It
Yeah.
gets exciting.
Exactly. But always when I'm warming up, like at this part of our meets, I like do either a really slow 50 or 100. Like I will never exceed a 100 in this, but like I'd prefer to do like a slow 50 just to like warm myself up, because I'm usually in like the 100 flies. Nope, I'm usually in the 2 IM.
Yeah.
So then I have to the 50 free, and then I have diving, and then this is the only time where I get to warm up. So like I like to do a 50 just to get ready.
I usually do 100 fly every single meet, sadly. But I love it. It's fun. It could be stressful. I know at some of the harder meets like NVLs and like
Oh yeah.
sometimes Seymour, like other teams, I get very nervous before this.
Yes, me too.
But getting in the pool and like being able to swim and like relax helps you so much.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It like eases all your stress, and then you're
Mhm.
like, yeah, let's do this.
Yeah. Again with that rhythm, like I didn't find it until literally, I think I remember telling you when I was in the lane, like that one practice before our NVL meet
Yes.
last season. I was like, Sarah, I found my rhythm. It was during warm-ups
I
for
remember it,
maybe it was for
actually.
another meet or the day before a meet or something, but it was like
Yeah.
the last few weeks of the season, and I was like, oh my gosh, I just found my rhythm. Like I can do this now.
Yeah.
So guys, this is Grace coming up with a question.
Hello.
Hello.
So I don't swim, so I don't know like what it feels like to be in the pool. But what are you like looking forward to the most? Because I know you guys both swim. To going back.
Going back. Well, I love our team. I have to say that. I would say that the Woodland Girls swim team, honestly, one of the best teams I've been on. I've been on a lot of sports teams in my life, a lot of softball, but honestly, just like our team, we always sing and dance in the locker room. That's a really big thing.
The vibe you guys give off is really good.
Thank you. On the bus is always a fun. Oh yeah, the boys sing too a lot.
Oh yes,
but
God, I hear that.
but I think we're better, in my personal opinion.
Oh yes, much better.
But I honestly think the team is like the reason I'm looking forward to going back. Not even the events. Like honestly, the bus rides to the meets and just hanging out with the team, like at practice, after practice, like that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, like that's how I feel with my dance. The competitions are, I think, the funnest part, and
Yeah.
like the journey getting there rather than practices.
Exactly.
Do I get
Yeah.
It seems the boys' teams too has like a very close bond with each other.
Yeah,
they seem to be all
definitely.
friends,
Yeah.
always talking, hanging out, cheering for each other.
Yeah. They seem like a fun team, really.
Yeah. After the last meet, you could hear them in the locker room singing the song Dancing Queen very loudly.
Oh yeah. Um, and honestly, like hearing them all cheer each other on, like in the pool, out of the pool, like when they're on the side on the deck, like you always hear them like cheering for whether you're the first person or the last person. They keep that same energy throughout the entire event. Clapping, screaming, a lot of screaming on this deck today. Just yelling at each other just to keep pushing, keep going, because with the competition between the two halves of the team, like they really have that competition spirit.
Yeah. And like cheering for your team members. Oh,
You're good.
like cheering for the team all like helps the swimmers in the pool, but it
Oh,
also
yeah.
helps everyone around them too.
Right.
It just gives good energies, good vibes,
Yes.
and everyone's excited and happy.
Yep. It depends, like for me, like some events I'll be like, yes, please cheer for me, and then other events I'll be like, please don't look at me, please don't look at me.
Yeah.
But I love, like when I'm not swimming, I love to cheer for like my friends, my teammates. It's the best part of the meet, really. And like seeing people on the other end when you're like doing your turns, that is the best part.
It's so exciting.
Yes, because like you just see all of your friends like yelling at you to go, and like it really motivates me like a lot to continue to push throughout the last lap or two of the race, and I love it.
It's funny to see people do swim fly because when they come up for air, their whole like head comes out of the like water, and when you're cheering for them, they start to smile
Yes,
too. So they'll
same
come
thing
up out
with
of the water.
breaststroke. Yeah.
Yeah, and they'll just start laughing and smiling.
I always try not to smile, and then I look like more weird. Like my face
Yeah.
looks worse. So sometimes I just give in.
Yeah. I think the most fun event to cheer for is the 500 free. I
Yes.
love cheering for that.
Me too.
It's
'Cause-
fun because you make hand signals for them to go
Yes.
faster or slower or kick.
Yes. Oh yeah. And it's the longest event, so like you're just cheering for the same people. Like with the 50 free, like you don't really cheer for it because it lasts 30 seconds. So
Yeah, it's over in the flash. Like you could blink and it'll be finished.
exactly. Well, I'm gonna hand the headset back over to Molly. So thank you for having me during this 10-minute break. Bye everyone.
So now it's the 100-yard butterfly. In lane 1, we have Brooke Iannone. Lane 2, we have Vincent Sasso. Lane 3, we have Kian Sirowich. Lane 4, we have Chase Starsman. Lane 5, Noah Burley. And lane 6, Tyler McDowell.
All right. So thank you, Mia, for that little halftime show. I couldn't exactly hear you guys, but I'm sure you had a great discussion. I think you were talking about our team and how great it is. I'm
Yeah.
sure the boys feel the same way about their team. All right, so fly. How do we feel about it? Because some people hate it and some people like it. I'm one of those people that hate it.
See, we're talking about how once you get a rhythm, it helps you with fly.
That's true.
And it just motivates you to go, and it makes you even excited. It looks like a very close race. Looks like lane 4 is in the lead, and lane 6 and 3 are very close together. I think lane 6 has a slight lead. I can't tell, actually.
All right, so lane 4, Chase Starsman in first with a time of 1:04.79. Lane 6, Tyler McDowell in second with a time of 1:07.87. Lane 3, Kian Sirowich in third with a time of 1:08.91. Lane 5, Noah Burley in fourth with a time of 1:12:08. Lane 1, Brooke Einone in fifth with a time of 1:21:41. And lane 2, Vincent Sasso in sixth with a time of 1:28:18.
These are all very incredible times. They're very good.
I agree. I think a 100 alone, that definitely takes over like about a minute, I'd say. And
Yeah.
to do that for fly is really impressive.
The third lap for fly is always the most hard one.
You think?
Yeah, 'cause you do your 50 and you feel good, and then it's like the third one, you're like, oh my god, I just wish this would be over.
I know. I always tell myself the faster you go, the faster it's over.
Yeah.
So I just power through and then it's done, hopefully soon enough.
With these times, it's just incredible.
I
how
know,
they
you can
just
tell that
push
they've been
through
putting
it.
in the work.
Yeah.
We have some great coaches too. I know we have Magus, who's been doing coaching for the swim teams for a long time, but we have a new coach. I can't remember his name off the top of my head,
His
but
name is Mr. Heller.
Mr. Heller. Okay,
Brendan
thank you.
Heller.
Yeah, and I know the team loves him as well. All right, so our next event is the 100-yard freestyle.
This is a very fun event too.
Yes, I like this event. All right, so in lane 1 we have Nathan Trumbley. Lane 2, Nathan Buffard. Lane 3, Noah Scott. Lane 4, Hunter Morgan. Lane 5, Diego Sargent. And lane 6, Vincent Sasso. So yeah, they have 100 is just 4 laps of free. Pretty easy. This is another quick event.
This is another fun event to swim.
Yeah, I agree.
After the first 50, like you get a small adrenaline rush, and then like it kicks in, and you're like, let's go. It looks like lanes 4 and 5 are very close together. Hunter
Yes.
Morgan and Diego Sargent.
And lane 3, Noah Scott is in the lead at the moment as well.
Oh,
All right, so that was actually his last lap. So again, lane 3, Noah Scott in first with a time of 53:98. Lane 4, Hunter Morgan in second with a time of 59:10. Lane 5, Diego Sargent in third with a time of 1:0:14. Lane 1, Nathan Trumbley in fifth with a time of 1:11:76. In lane 6, Vincent Sasso in sixth with a time of 1:14:54.
lane 2, fourth place Nathan Buffard, 1:07:33.
Oh, thank you. And yeah, and so let me see this.
These are also very good times. Like, really, really good.
I agree. And we saw Vincent Sasso in our last event as well, and I've been lucky enough to never have to go from back-to-back events, but that must just be like extremely painful.
Yeah, I'm surprised he was put in back-to-back events.
Yeah, so he just did the 100 fly and the 100 free, which is really impressive to do that back-to-back. All right, what do we have next? Oof.
Next, we have the 500
Dun,
yard
dun,
freestyle.
dun. No one, no, that's not true. I don't like this event, but I know a lot of people that do. They're, God, I can't. I
I've
just
never
can't
swum
watch.
this.
I can't watch.
Have you swum this?
No, thank God. Magus has not put me in this event, and I'm dreading the day that he does because he makes everyone on the team swim at least once. Sarah, have you done this event?
Nope. I'm gonna try to get away all 4 years without doing this event, but I'm probably gonna end up doing it.
All right.
So, in lane 1, we have Robert Gugliotti. Lane 2, we have Nick Cristiano. Lane 3, we have Aiden Kennedy. Lane 4, Patrick Ziba. Lane 5, Hunter Bernier. Lane 6, Andrew Princik. Hunter Bernier is actually an Emmett swimmer.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Oh, he's an Emmett swimmer. He's from
Oh,
Emmett.
right. Okay. Yes.
Looks like this race is starting off very close.
Yeah, it looks like lanes 3, 4, and kind of 5 are right next to each other. We also have our counters at the end. We were talking about this earlier about keeping track of your laps. For the 500, that's 20 laps, and it's virtually impossible to keep track of that while you're swimming. So we have counters at the end of the pool. They count every other lap for them.
You could see on the side too, people putting up their arms and doing hand signals. These hand signals help to make the swimmers go faster
Yeah.
or tell them to go slower so they can conserve their energy.
Right.
Same with the counters at the end. If the counter puts in the sign and they start shaking it a lot, that means for them to go faster.
Right, like sprint. Which I think is great because when you're in the pool, it's kind of hard to tell what you look like and how you're doing. So to have your teammates encourage you like that and tell you what you need to do is great.
Yeah.
All right, lanes 3, 4, and 5 look to all be kind of at in the same area. That's in lane 3, Aiden Kennedy, lane 4, Patrick Ziba, and lane 5, Hunter Bernier. So yeah, I've heard people say that they sprint the first few, they pace the next, and then they sprint the last. I've heard people say that they pace themselves all the way up until the last like 2 or 3. So it's interesting to see how different swimmers handle this event.
I've heard people talk about it, and I've heard people say the last 150 is when they like start picking up the pace.
Okay.
Like now they go like at a medium speed to try to conserve their energy because
Right.
this is a very long event. But I heard like the laps from like 7 to 15 are always the like some of the worst laps. 'Cause it's just hard to get by. And I know some friends who've been in this event to like help their mind stay focused and stuff.
Yeah.
They sing songs in their head.
Yes, I've done that. I've done that myself. Yeah, that's where the reason why I love swim and I think a lot of people love swim is because you just kind of zone out when you're swimming.
It helps for it to get by faster.
Yeah. I've talked to myself while I'm swimming. I've like sang songs in my head. Yeah, I love it. And so that's really interesting that people do that during this event.
Yeah. And it's actually easier for people to do this during this event too because
Yeah.
there's counters and they don't actually have to count in their head.
Yes, exactly.
It still gets very confusing too with the counters. I know for me, if I were to swim this event, I'd still get very confused.
Me too. Me too.
I just know when you see red on the counters or like
Exactly.
orange, it's you sprint to the end.
That's the thing. I probably wouldn't. I don't know if this other swimmers do it, but personally, I feel like I would just keep going until I do see red, and then then I'd sprint, because it just seems like so much work to have to like look up, read the number, then do your flip turn.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like lanes 2, 3, 4, and 5 are about to. This is their 15th lap.
Looks like lane 4 is in the lead. Lane 4 is Patrick Ziba.
To be honest, when I'm watching this sometimes, I can't tell who's in the lead because it's just like such a jumble
Yeah.
of everyone, because you can't tell where everyone is.
You might think someone's in the lead and then you look at their number,
Yeah.
like they're counting and you
Exactly.
realize they're like a couple laps behind. I bet it gets confusing in the water too, because whenever
Yeah.
you're swimming in the water, you always look at the people beside you, even though coaches tell you not to.
I totally do that too.
It's just you need to. It's just part of swimming. It's like competition.
I know, and you know what? We did an interview with the boys captains for Morning Mayhem the other day, and we were asking them how they keep themselves motivated for virtual meets, and something. Oh, there we go. Someone's on their last lap. Something that they said that they do is they kind of compete with their other teammates, so
Yeah.
that even when there's not another physical team there with them, they have that sense of competition, which I think is really really funny and really great.
I feel like you could tell too that they compete with each other.
Yeah.
Especially in the 50 free, you saw all of them go all out sprint.
Oh
like
yeah.
water splashing up everywhere, just crazy.
And I think that's so funny because this meet they actually are really competing against each other. All right, lane 4. That is Patrick Ziva in first with a time of 5:33.40. Lane 3, Aiden Kennedy in second place with a time of 5:35.77. Lane 5, Hunter Bernier in third with a time of 5:47.33. Looks like this is lane 2's last lap.
Lane 2 just finished, fourth place with a time 6:18.82.
That's Nick Cristiano.
Looks like lane 6 is on his last lap. Same with lane 1.
I just know that they have to be so tired right now.
Yeah. In lane 6, we have Andrew Princip, who just finished with a time of 6:51.96. And lane 1 just finished with a time 6:59.85, which is Robert Gugliotti.
All right.
Incredible times, like always.
Yeah, this is a fun one. I like when it gets to the end and everyone starts cheering them on because it's such a long event that there's not much cheering in the middle.
Yeah.
But when it's like when it comes to the end and you're placing and when everyone's cheering, I think that's really fun. All right, so next we have our 200-yard freestyle relay. I love relays so much. So 4 swimmers in each lane. Each swimmer will do a 50 free. Yeah, this is a fun one.
It goes by pretty fast too, because
Yeah,
everyone
that's
always
true.
sprints their 50s.
And so, Sarah, I'd love to know, do you think that your starter or your anchor is the most important? Like the person that goes first, the person that goes last?
I feel like it depends on the race. If you're like against a really good team and stuff, and like you're really getting in the game, then it's like the person first. If it's like kind of for fun, like the anchor.
Yeah.
Or it depends on where the other team is too.
I think that's a good point.
So in lane 2, we have Hunter Morgan, Chase Starsman, Vincent Sasso, and Patrick Ziba. Lane 3, we have Tyler Sear, Ian Sarowich, Hunter Bernier, and Aiden Kennedy. And in lane 4, we have Jake Arisian, Riley Maricchio, Nathan Buffard, and Nick Cristiano.
All right, it looks like all the lanes have their second swimmer in the pool now. This one?
Oh, it's
No, go ahead. I think we were about to say the same thing. This one goes by fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this one's like also slightly hard to follow too, because you
Yeah,
never
exactly.
know like who's jumping in the pool when and like.
All right, lane 3 has their third swimmer. Lane 2 has, no, I'm sorry, that was lane 4. That's lane 3, and now lane 2. They all have their third swimmer in the pool.
When you see the boys jump in, you could see it's not a normal start. They do a little step on the board and then they jump in. That's
It's
a
like they're
relay start.
flying.
Yeah.
All right. So lane 4 and now lane 3 have their last swimmers in the pool.
Looks like it's close.
Yeah,
Okay.
lane 3 is really stepping it up, bringing it home for their team. That's what we were talking about with our anchor. Lane 2, same thing.
This is when anchors are like very important.
Yes.
I mean, everyone's important, but
Oh my gosh, it's a very close one. I'm so excited to see how this turns out.
it looks like lane 3 took a lead and they finished first.
Wow. just by a
Milliseconds.
point of a second. Yes, that's insane.
So lane 3 won at the end with the time 1:43:48. Lane 2, I'm sorry. Lane 4, second place, 1:43:77. And then lane 2, third place, 1:51:46.
All right, and our winning team, again, that was lane 3. That was made up of Tyler Sear, Kean Sirowich, Hunter Bernier, and Aiden Kennedy.
Aiden Kennedy really wrapped it up at the end.
Oh, yeah. That was great. Again, we were kind of saying this before, that at the end of each event is when everyone gets the most excited, and I just love when that happens. All right.
Looks like they're getting ready for their next event, which is the 100-yard backstroke.
Have you done this event, Sarah?
I have not done the 100-yard backstroke, but middle school I did 50 backstroke.
Oh, okay.
Which, it was alright. It's not my favorite, but it's definitely not the worst.
Yeah, that's true.
It's hard because you always get water up your nose, which is the worst.
There's no way to think.
It's okay, it's fine. It's been right in the middle.
Yeah. I feel like back is pretty fun. Oh, sorry. But it's easy to get water up your nose and in your mouth, and that can really slow someone down.
The key to backstroke is keeping your hips at the water line.
Oh, interesting.
The home team is the black team. They are 69. The visitors, the guests,
Wow.
are the gold team. They're 60. Going into our final two events. The last relay will be a combination using the final two events.
All right, in case you missed that, home team is black with a score of 69, and guest team is gold with 68, so just 1 point away from each other.
Shows that they're really competitive. Both teams are working so hard for this.
Yes.
It's very entertaining too.
I love it.
In lane 3, we have Noah Burley. Lane 4, Tyler McDowell. Lane 5, DJ Mulligan. And lane 6, Will Tottenham. It looks like lane 4 is taking a lead, Tyler McDowell. And lanes 3, 4, and 6 are very close together.
I love it when they all like line up with each other and their movements are like almost identical. I think it's so fun to watch.
It's very entertaining.
All right, again, lane 4 consistently staying in the lead.
Very fast.
Yeah, that's
Their split time was 33.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's Tyler McDowell. He's on his last lap now.
Backstroke is one of the harder strokes too, because once you see the flags, you have a thing called the stroke count. So you count how many strokes you take, and you like minus it by 1.
Yeah.
And do a flip turn at the wall.
I still don't know mine, to be honest. I can never figure it out.
I feel like sometimes it's like different. It's hard to like guess it and be completely right every time.
Yeah, it depends on your speed and stuff like that. All right, so lane 4, Tyler McDowell in first with a time of 1:09:08. Lane 6 in second, that's Will Tottenham with a time of 1:11:96. Lane 3, that's Noah Burley in third place with a time of 1:14:85. And lane 5, DJ Mulligan in fourth with a time of 1:18:33.
Very good times once again. The next event is boys 100-yard breaststroke.
It looks like we're going to have a swimmer in every lane for this next one. So this will be an interesting one to watch. All right, again, this is 4 laps of breaststroke.
In lane 1, we have Nathan Tremblay. Lane 2, Taha Tushane. Lane 3, Tyler Sear. Lane 4, Riley Maricchio. Lane 5, John Selvek, sorry.
That's
In
right.
lane 6, Chase Starsman.
All right. It looks like lane 3, Tyler Sear has a bit of a lead right now.
Lanes 4 and 6 are very close together too.
Yes, and same thing for lanes 1 and 2.
Wow.
All right, so now also Home is at 74 and Guest is now in the lead with 78 points.
Lanes 1 and 2 are very close together too.
All right, in lane 3, Tyler Sear, this is his last lap, I believe, is definitely in the lead right now. All right, there we go. So lane 3, that's Tyler Sear with a time of 1:10:09 in first place. Lane 4 is Riley Maricchio in second place with a time of 1:15:61. Lane 6, Chase Starsman in third with a time of 1:18:68. Lane 1, Nathan Tremblay in fourth with a time of 1:25:26. Lane 5, John Selvak. I'm sorry, John. In fifth with a time of 1:28:50. And I'm not seeing a time for lane 2. It may have not just registered correctly. But yeah, that was great.
Lane 2 is very close with lane 1, so their times are probably
Right.
close together. This was a very good race. Breaststroke is also like a pretty hard stroke.
Yeah,
It's hard to get the correct form.
that's true. And I mean, I guess in all the strokes you're using your entire body, but this one, like, you really have to focus on the way that you're using your body, if that makes sense, because it's
Yeah.
very specific.
The kick is always hard to get down. Your
Yeah.
arms, like, the coaches, like, I know Coach Magus tried to teach me this, but I couldn't get the correct kick. But with your arms, you, like, have to make a heart shape.
Yeah. I always think of like a frog just swimming.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, and we're on our last event. These always go by so fast. That's the 400-yard freestyle relay. So, 4 swimmers in each lane. Each swimmer will swim at 100. That's 4 laps, all freestyle. Sarah, would you mind telling us who is in what lane? We might have to wait until after the starts.
It looks like Home, which is the black team, has a score of 85, and Gold team has a score of 83. Oh, no, other way around, sorry. So, this is the 400-yard freestyle relay. Lane 2, we have Robert Gugliotti, Brooke Iannone, Vincent Sasso, and John Selvak. In lane 3, we have Nick Cristiano, Noah Burley, DJ Mulligan, and Andrew Prince. Lane 4, we have Jake Arissian, Noah Scott, Aiden Kennedy, and Patrick Ziba. And in lane 5, we have Hunter Bernier, Tyler McDowell, Diego Sargent, and Will Tottenham.
These are some really good lanes. I think coaches know who works well together. And so, Sarah, what were you saying before about home and guest scores?
So, Home is the black team, and right now their score is 83. And Gold team, which is guest, has a score of 85. So 2 points apart. You know, this is like the event that's gonna.
Determine it all. Yes, I didn't think of that. This is the last event of this meet, which means that the results will decide who wins, and it's so close, so we really don't know.
This is an event where it's kind of hard to follow who's in the water at what
Yeah.
times and who's jumping in and on what lap. But it's also very fun to watch.
I
know
agree.
It's hard to cheer for this event too because you don't know which people are where, and also everyone's very exhausted.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
just
true.
you could see many of them getting the jackets on, just taking their goggles off, and
And even some of the swimmers that are swimming right now have been in events
all
previous
day.
to this one, so this is just everyone's just tired.
But you could still hear people cheering, you know. This event is always like either really not, depending on what team you're going against. If it's a team where it's not, you don't have to go all out, this event is fun. Because sometimes you could take it as like a cool down.
Yeah.
I know, it's fun cheering for your friends.
Yeah. No, I totally know what you're talking about because I feel like Seymour, we that's for the girls team at least a pretty big event, or I guess meet, and so I feel like this would be one of those events that we would go all out for there.
Yeah. Looks like they're very excited over there, screaming. But I mean, they're probably very tensed up. I mean, looking at what relays were put together, they could be going for the
Oh,
record.
that's right. You know, last meet, they were just, I think, under a second,
Yeah, they were like
which
a
is
second
crazy.
away.
I love when people break the records. It's so fun.
I think they're going for the record. I think that's why they're so tense right now.
Oh, that's great. I'd love to see if they make it. All right. So lane 4 is our first place lane. That's a time of 3:35:25. That is Jake Ritzian, Noah Scott, Aiden Kennedy, and Patrick Zeba.
Looks like the other lanes are on their last laps, just finishing up.
Yeah, it looks like lane 2 will most likely be coming in second place for this one. No, wait. Sorry, never mind. Scratch that. Lane 5 is in second. So that's Hunter Bernier, Tyler McDowell, Diego Sargent, and Will Tottenham.
Their time 4:14:81.
All
Lane
right.
three
Oh,
we
sorry.
sorry.
No, you're good.
Lane 3 we have third place with the time 4:20:92. Now we just have our last swimmer finishing up right now. One of our Emmett swimmers, finishing strong with their relay time 4:49:91 in lane 2, fourth place.
Sit. Oh, yeah. All right. That was a great event.
It looks like everyone's pretty tired.
Okay, yeah. I just want to. I think we have to see who wins, though. They're about to tally up the points. Really quickly, while we're waiting for the scores to come back in, we just want to let you know that we are Hawk Headlines. This is on hhlsports.net, but you can also find us on YouTube. If you just type Hawk Headlines, you should be able to find our live streams. But other than that, we're Hawk Headlines all across the board. We have Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Twitter, we're Hawk_headlines. But other than that, that is how you can find us.
It looks like they're cooling down. And the coaches are over at their little coach table, tallying up their little points.
Yeah, so we should have the results shortly. All right. Thank you for tuning in. Great job to the boys swim team here at Woodland. And we hope you have a great night.
Yep. Molly, we have our two commentators, Molly Nichols and me, Sarah Cooley, and then our
Yes,
cameraman,
Sarah, you did so good.
Liana Demirs.